Hmm. One second. Recording is started. Hmm. So we'll start with the 14th chapter now. The disappearance of Lord Krishna. That is the chapter. Sutuvacha Samprasthite Dwarakayam Jishno Bandhu Didrukshaya Yatum cha Punya Shlokasya Krishnasya cha Vicheshtitam Samprati Samprasthite Samprasthite. Having gone to Sutavacha, Suta Goswami is saying, or Suta Goswami Shonakadi Rishi Samvad, Dwarakayam, gone to Dwaraka, Jishno, Arjun, Bandhu, the friends and relatives, Didakshaya, they came for meeting them. Gyatum, to know, also, Punya Shlokasya, of one whose glories are sung by Vedic hymns, Krishnasya, of Lord Krishna, Cha, and Vicheshtitam, further programs of work. Now Arjuna went to Dwarka to see Krishna and other friends, and also to learn from the Lord of his next activities. Lord has already gone to Dwarka. Now to meet the Lord, here Arjuna also goes. And Arjuna, you said, Arjuna wants to know what is the next action which Krishna has decided. So for that, Arjuna goes to Dwarka. Krishna Priya Mataji, please read.
Hare Krishna Dandat Pranam Mataji. The disappearance of Lord Krishna. Sutavacha Samprasthite Dwarakaya Jishno Bandhu Didikshaya Jnatum cha Punya Slokasya Krishnasya cha Vicheshtitam. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Suta Goswami said, Arjuna went to Dwaraka to see Lord Sri Krishna and other friends, and also to learn from the Lord of his next activities. Purport. As started in Bhagavad Gita, the Lord descended on earth for the protection of the faithful and annihilation of the impious. So, after the battle of Kurukshetra and establishment of Maharaja Yudhishthira, the mission of the Lord was complete. The Pandavas, especially Sri Arjuna, were eternal companions of the Lord. And therefore, Arjuna went to Dwarka to hear from the Lord of his next program of work. Hare Krishna.
Now, Vyatita Kadicinmasa Tada Naya Tatorjuna Dadarsha Vorarupani Nimittani Kurudvaha. A few months passed. Vyatita. Vyatita means passed. Kvachin Masaha. Few months passed. But still, Na Ayat Tato Arjuna. आया नहीं अभी तक अर्जुना न आया न आयात ततो अर्जुन he has not come. ददर्श घोर रूपाणि, but fearful रूपाणि, he refers to women's signs, very fearful signs were shown, and that itself was very inauspicious signs which are very fearful. Nimittani kuru udvaha, so that caused udvaha in the heart of Yudhishthira Maharaj, because he could see all the inauspicious omens. Arjuna went to see what Krishna is going to do now, because Krishna left Hastinapur, went to Dwarka. Now everything is settled, so what must be his next plan? So for that thing he went to see, but he has not come back. And there were fearful, inauspicious omens, which was very fearful. And this caused anxiety in the heart of Yudhishthira Maharaj. Vasandani Prabhu, please read.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thanks for the service. Vyatita kachin masas tadhanayat tato arjuna Dadarsha Ghora Rupani Nimittani Krudvaha. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. A few months passed, and Arjuna did not return. Maharaj Yudhishthir then began to observe some inauspicious omens, which were fearful in themselves. Purport. Lord Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is ad infinitum more powerful than the most powerful sun of our experience. Millions and billions of suns are created by him and annihilated by him within his own breathing period. In the material world, the sun is considered to be the source of all productivity and material energy, and only due to the sun can we have the necessities of life. Therefore, during the personal presence of Lord on the earth, all paraphernalia for our peace and prosperity, especially religion and knowledge, were in full display because of the Lord's presence. Just as there is a full flood of light in the presence of the glowing sun, Maharaja Yudhishthir observed some discrepancies in his kingdom, and therefore he became very anxious about Arjuna, who was long absent, and there was also no news about Dwarka's well being. He suspected the disappearance of Lord Krishna. Therefore, there could have been no possibility of fearful omens. Otherwise, there would have been no no possibility of fearful omens. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah. Next. कालस्य च गति रौद्रां विपर्यस्तर्तु धर्मिणः पापीयसीं नृणां वार्तां क्रोधलाभानुतात्मनां कालस्य च गतिं रौद्रं gatim the time. He saw the direction of the time has changed. Gatim Raudram, and it also become fearful also. The time itself is so fearful. Rutu Dharminaha. There is disturbance in the regularities of the season. Papi Yasim, Nunam, and the people have become very simple. Vartam, that means to earn the livelihood. They are doing it by simple acts. Their anger, Krodha, Lobha, Anrita, Atmana, their anger, their greed, their falsehood has increased. They have adopted foul as a means of livelihood. So there is a change in the seasons, disturbance in the regularities of the season. People have become greedy, angry, deceitful. He saw that they were adopting foul means of livelihood. So through the omens, we can understand what is really good or bad. One should be very careful. These omens sometimes Krishna shows. And if you don't pay respect to the things what is shown, then I think that is all our only mindset. Sometimes it is really shown. This thing should not be done. Simple. And we should just follow it. Okay. Vimla Mataji, third. Read. Third verse.
Hare Krishna Mataji. कालस्य च गतिं रौद्रां विपर्यस्तत् धर्मिणः पापीयसी नृणां प्राप्तां क्रोधलोभानुतात्मनाम्. Translation and purport. He saw that the direction of eternal time had changed, and this was very fearful. There were disruptions in the seasonal regularities. The people in general had become very greedy, angry, and deceitful, and he saw that they were adopting foul means of livelihood. Purport. When civilization is disconnected from the loving relation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, symptoms like changes of seasonal regulations, foul means of livelihood, greed, anger, and fraudulence become rampant. The change of seasonal regulations refer to one's season's atmosphere becoming manifest in another season. For example, the rainy seasons being transferred to autumn, or the fructification of fruits and flowers from one season in another season. A godless man is invariably greedy, angry, and fraudulent. Such a man can earn his livelihood by any means, black or white. During the reign of Maharaj Yudhishthir, all the above symptoms were conspicuous by their absence. But Maharaj Yudhishthir was astonished to experience even a slight change in the godly atmosphere of his kingdom, and at once he suspected the disappearance of the Lord. Foul means of livelihood implies deviation from one's occupational duty. There are prescribed duties for everyone, such as the Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra, but anyone who deviates from his prescribed duty and declares another's duty to be his own is following a foul and improper duty. A man becomes too greedy for wealth and power when he has no higher objective in life and when he thinks that this earthly life of a few years is all in all. Ignorance is the cause for all these anomalies in human society, and to remove this ignorance, especially in this age of degradation, the powerful sun is there to distribute light in the shape of Srimad Bhagavatam. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Next. कालस्य च गतिं रो जिह्म प्रायं व्यवहर्तं जिह्म प्रायं व्यवहर्तं शाठ्यमिश्रं च सौहृदं पितृमातृसुहृद भ्रातृ दंपतीनां च कल्कनम्. So jimha prayam. Jimha prayam means there is a cheating tendency. Even in ordinary dealings, vyavahartam. Vyavahara is in a vyavahartam. So in the ordinary dealings also, there is a cheating tendency. Shatya means is duplicity. Mishram, so in this duplicity is adulterated. Cha saurudam, even friends, well-wishers, you cannot really trust them. In their dealings also, there is a duplicity, there is adulteration. Pitru, Matru, Suhada, Bhratru, Dampati, they all fight among each other. There is misunderstanding between these people. Their husband and wife, they always quarrel, there is always strain. So all these things are inauspicious omens. Because Kali Vas is there. Kali Vas is there when these things happen. Misunderstanding between fathers, mothers, sons, well-wishers, brothers, husband and wife quarreling. All these things are inauspicious symptoms. And Yudhishthira is able to know because he is intelligent and is devotee also. Devotee can see such inauspiciousness. When they see, oh, there's a fight, ordinary dealings, there is no trust. Understand there's something inauspicious. Kusum, read.
Hare Krishna Mataji Dandavat. Jima prayam vyavahartam Statya mishram cha sauradam Pitra matra surat bhratar Dampatinam cha kalpanam. Translation in purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. All ordinary transactions and dealings became polluted with cheating even between friends. And in familial affairs, there was always misunderstanding between fathers, mothers, and sons, between well-wishers and between brothers. Even between husband and wife, there was always strain and quarrel. Purport: a conditioned living being is endowed with four principles of malpractice, namely errors, insanity, inability, and cheating. These are signs of imperfection, and out of the four, the propensity to cheat others is most prominent. And this cheating practice is there in the conditioned souls because the conditioned souls are primarily in the material world, imbued with an unnatural desire to lord it over the material world. A living being in his pure state is not conditioned by the laws because in his pure state he is conscious that a living being is eternally subservient to the Supreme Being, and thus it is always good for him to remain subservient instead of falsely trying to lord it over the property of the Supreme Lord. In the conditioned state, the living being is not satisfied even if he is actually becomes the lord of all that he surveys, which he never becomes, and therefore he becomes the victim of all kinds of cheating, even with his nearest and most intimate relations. In such an unsatisfactory state of affairs, there is no harmony even between father and sons or between husband and wife. But all these contending difficulties can be mitigated by one process, and that is the devotional service of the Lord. The world of hypocrisy can be checked only by counteraction through devotional service to the Lord and nothing else. Maharaja Yudhishthira, having observed the disparities, conjectured the disappearance of the Lord from the earth. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Okay. निमित्तानि निमित्तानि अत्यर्ष अत्यरिष्ठानि काले त्वनुगते नृणाम् लोभाय प्रकृतिं दृष्टो वाचानुजं नृपः निमित्तानि तत् निमित्तान्यत्यरिष्ठानि. Actually, निमित्तानि अत्यरिष्ठानि, instead of saying like that, निमित्तान्यत्तरिष्ठानि. But join everything and speak. Nimittanyattayarishtani. The nimittani means causes. Ati, very serious. Arishtani, bad omens. Kale, course of time. Tvanugate nunam. To but anugate, passing away. Kamlakshmi Mataji, mute your phone. Nunam, lobha, adi. So in humanity in general, we're so much greedy. Adharma, following religious principles, property and habits. Drishtva, having observed. Uvacha Anujam Nripaha. The king spoke to the younger brothers. So in course of time, people in general, they became very greedy. They were accustomed to anger, pride, etc. That is why when Maharaj Yudhishthir saw these omens, he spoke to his younger brother. Okay, Bimla read. Oh, Bimla has called the chance. Huh? Vandana read.
हरे कृष्ण माता धन्यवाद प्रणाम निमित्तानि अहित्यानि काले तो
Atyarishthani.
निमित्तानि
अत्यारिष्टानि
अत्यारिष्टानि काले तो अनुगते नृणाम् लोभ्य अध्यरं प्रकृतिं दृष्टो वा चानुजं नृपः
Chanujam Nripaha.
Translation. In course of time, it came to pass that people in general become accustomed to greed, anger, pride, etc. Maharaj Yudhishthira, observing all these omens, spoke to his younger brother, purport. Such a pious king as Maharaj Yudhishthira at once became perturbed when there was such inhuman symptoms as greed, anger, irreligiosity, and hypocrisy rampant in society. It appears from this statement that all these symptoms of disregard, this degraded society were unknown to the people of time, and it was astonishing for them to have experienced them with evidence of the Kali Yuga or the age of Kauri. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Next. Yudhishthira now what did he speak to his younger brother? Sampreshito dvarakaya Jishnurbandu Didukshaya Yatum cha punyashlokasya Krishnasya cha vicheshtitam. So Sampreksha means has gone. Who Arjuna, Jishnu, to Dwarka, Bandhubu Didakshaya, for having a meeting, for the sake of meeting, he went. Gyatum cha Punyashlokasya Krishnasya Vicheshtitam. He wanted to know Vicheshtitam is Vishesha Rupena Cheshtaha. Vishesha Rupena, his activities, what is his next program. So he has gone there. But then, Gata Saptadhuna Masa Bhimasena Tavanujaha Nayati Tasya Vahetu Naham Vededamanjasa. 7 months has passed. Masas, 7 months. Till today it is 7 months. And O Bhimsen, Tavanujaha, your younger brother has gone. And he has not come back. Na Ayati. Tasya Vahetu, what must be the reason? I'm not able to know. I do not know actually why is it that he has not come back. I do not know factually how things are going there. Api Devar, okay, these 2 verses. Kamalakshi Mataji, read these 2 verses.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandot Pranam Mataji, I am out of Maharashtra Mataji, some disturbance.
Okay.
Mataji. Hare
Neeraj
Krishna.
Kapoor, read.
Hare Krishna. Yudhishthiruvāca Sampreshito Dvarakāyām Jishnurbandu Dridrakshaya Yantu cha Pushyalokasya Krishnasya cha Vicheshtitam. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Maharaj Yudhishthir said to his younger brother Bhimsena, I sent Arjuna to Dwarka to meet his friends and to learn from the personality of Godhead Krishna of his program of work. Hare Krishna. Dandavas Pranam Mataji. Next.
Read.
Next? Okay.
Verses.
Gata saptadhuna masa bhimasena tavanuja nayati kasya vahetor naham vededamanjasa. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Since he departed, 7 months have passed, yet he has not returned. I do not know factually how things are going there. There is no purport over there.
Okay.
So then we go to the next one, Mataji.
Next. Api Devarshina Jishta Sakalo Yamupastitah Yadatmano Gama Kridam Bhagavanu Sislukshati. Api Veda O Devarshina. Devarshina. Narada has told us, Adishta, he says, instructed Saha that Kala, eternal time, I am this. Upasitaha arrived. Yada when Atmanaha, of his own self, Angam, primary portion, Akridam, manifestation, Bhagavan, the Lord, Kutsir Shakti, Kutsisir Shakti. So, is he going to leave this world? Now, speaking about Lord, well, Narada has already indicated that time has arrived. Is his Leelas going to end? Is he going to leave this world? That is the question asked. Because Lord comes to establish Dharma. And then when his work is over, then naturally, yes, he goes to his own abode. He is present in the abode, at the same time, he is present everywhere. But he manifests his past. It's not that the Vaikuntha is empty without him. He is present simultaneously everywhere. Okay. Jumo, read.
1.14.6 7, right?
8.
8. Okay. अपि देवर्षिणादिष्टः स कालो यमुपस्थितः यदात्मनो यदात्मनोकमाक्रीडम् भगवान् उत्सिक्षति. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Is he going to quit his earthly pastimes as Devarshi Narada indicated? Has that time already arrived? Purport. As we have discussed many times, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna, has many plenary expansions, and each and every one of them, although equally powerful, executes different functions. In Bhagavad Gita, there are different statements by the Lord, and each of these statements is meant for different plenary portions or portions of the plenary portions. For example, Sri Krishna the Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharata, and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself. Bhagavad Gita 4.7, to deliver the faithful, to annihilate the miscreants, and also to re-establish the principles of occupational duty, I appear in every age. Bhagavad Gita 4.8. If I should cease to work, then all humanity would be misdirected. I would also be the cause of creating unwanted population, and I would thereby destroy the peace of all sentient beings. Bhagavad Gita 3.24. Whatever action a great man performs, a common man will follow. And whatever standards he sets by exemplary acts, all the world pursues. Bhagavad Gita 3.21. All the above statements by the Lord apply to different plenary portions of the Lord, namely his expansions, such as Sankarshana, Vasudeva, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, and Narayana. These are Hare Krishna. These are all he himself in a different transcendental expansions, and still the Lord, as Sri Krishna, functions in a different sphere of transcendental exchange with different grades of devotees. And yet Lord Krishna, as he is, appears once every 24 hours of Brahma's time, or after a lapse of 864,000,000 solar years in each and every universe, and all his transcendental pastimes are displayed in each and every universe in a routine school. But in that routine school, the functions of Lord Krishna, Lord Vasudeva, etc. are complex problems for the layman. There is no difference between the Lord's self and the Lord's transcendental body. The expansions execute differential activities. When the Lord, however, appears in his person as Lord Sri Krishna, his other plenary portions also join in him by his inconceivable potency called Yogamaya, and thus the Lord Krishna of Vrindavan is different from the Lord Krishna of Mathura or the Lord Krishna of Dwarka. The Virat Rupa of Lord Krishna is also different from him by his inconceivable potency. The Virat Rupa exhibited on the battlefield of Kurukshetra is the material conception of his form. Therefore, it should be understood that when Lord Krishna was apparently killed by the bow and arrow of the hunter, the Lord left his so-called material body in the material world. The Lord is Kaivalya, and for him there is no difference between matter and spirit because everything is created from him. Therefore, his quitting one sort of body or accepting another body does not mean that he is like the ordinary living being. All such activities are simultaneously one and different by his inconceivable potency. When Maharaj Yudhishthir was lamenting the possibility of his disappearance, it was just in pursuance of a custom of lamenting the disappearance of a great friend. But factually, the Lord never quits his transcendental body and is misconceived by less intelligent persons. Such less intelligent persons have been condemned by the Lord himself in Bhagavad Gita, and they are known as mudhas. That the Lord left his body means that he left again his plenary portions in the respective dhams, transcendental abodes, as he left his Virat Rupa in the material world. Hare Krishna.
So it is only apparent, just seen like that. The Lord left his body. Lord never leaves his body. Because Lord's body is always transcendental. So it is like it is given here. He leaves his plenary portions in respective dham. Okay. Yasmanna sampado rajyam dara prana pulam praja asan sapatna vijayo lokascha yadanugrahat. Yasman, from whom? Nah, our sampada or opulence, rajyam, kingdom, dara, good wives, prana, existence of life, kulam, dynasty, praja, subjects, asan have become possible, sapatna, competitors, vijaya, conquering, loka, future accommodation in higher planets, and yat, by whose anugraha, by the mercy of. So from him only, now he's talking to his brother, from him only, we have got all our kingly opulence, good wives, lives, then we have got progeny, control over our subjects, victory over our enemies, future accommodations in higher planets, everything has become possible from him only. All this is due to his causeless mercy upon us. So now he has an anxiety. What is that? As Krishna left us, because inauspicious omens are seen. So Narada has already indicated. So as Krishna left us, whatever today we have, everything is his mercy. So that gratitude he has, and he's expressing this to his brother. Okay. Krishna Priya.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. यस्मान्नः सम्पदो राज्यम् धाराः प्राणः कुलं प्रजाः आसन् सम्पत्न विजयो लोकस्वयदनुग्रहात्. Translation and purport which will prepare hidden. From him only all our kingly opulences, good wives, lives, prognance, control over our subjects, victory over our enemies, and future accommodations in higher planets have become possible. All this is due to his causeless mercy upon us. Purport. Material prosperity consists of a good wife, good home, sufficient land, good children, aristocratic family relations, victory over competitors, and by pious work. Attainment of accommodations in the higher celestial planets for better facilities of material amenities. These facilities are earned not only by one's hard manual labor or by unfair means, but by the mercy of the Supreme Lord. Prosperity earned by one's personal endeavor also depends on the mercy of the Lord. Personal labor must be there in addition to the Lord's benediction. But without the Lord's benediction, no one is successful simply by personal labor. The modernized man of Kali Yuga believes in personal endeavor and denies the benediction of the Supreme Lord. Even a great sannyasi of the India delivered speeches in Chicago protesting the benedictions of the Supreme Lord. But as far as Vedic Sastras are concerned, as we find in the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam, the ultimate sanction for all success rests in the hands of the Supreme Lord. Maharaja Yudhishthira admits this truth in his personal success, and it behoves one to follow in the footsteps of a great king and a devotee of the Lord to make life a full success. If one could achieve success without the sanction of the Lord, then no medical practitioner would fail to cure a patient. Despite the most advanced treatment of a suffering patient by the most up to date medical practitioner, there is death. Even in the most hopeless case, without medical treatment, a patient is cured astonishingly. Therefore, the conclusion is that God's sanction is the immediate cause for all happenings, good or bad. Any successful man should feel grateful to the Lord for all he has achieved. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, one should always have gratitude for the things given by Krishna. The last verse. Pashyotpatanaravyagha divyan divyan bhauman sadaihikan darunan shamsato durat bhayam no buddhimohanam. Says to Bhima, just see, Pashyat, see, Viparatan, the disturbances, Naravyatra, O man of tiger-like strength, now he's calling him Bhima as Naravyatra. Divyan, what is happening in the sky? Just Bhauman, happening on this earth. Sadhyakan, happening in the body and the mind. Darunam, awfully dangerous. Shamsataha, indicating Adurat, in the future. Near future, Bhayam, danger. Na, our buddhi, intelligence, Mohanam, deluding. So just see, O man with the tiger's strength, how many miseries due to celestial influences. Graha dosha. Celestial influences means graha dosha. Earthly reactions, bodily pains, they're all very dangerous in themselves, are forbidding danger in the near future by diluting our intelligence. So intelligence gets spoiled. You said now, Vinashakale Viparita Buddhi. When Vinashkal has to come, all buddhi goes away, all intelligence goes away. At that time, the grahas are also not proper. Graha doshas are there, then intelligence has to go up. And then all the dangers are seen. Body pain will be there. The reactions will be there. So much of pain a person has to suffer. And in this way, he says, all these are bad women, which is seen here. Because Krishna is, I feel that Krishna is not there. That is what he's feeling. Because there is an indication which has been shown and there is a prediction which has been given by Narada that in near future Krishna is going to go. That means he is going to manifest. The same way when we don't chant Krishna's name, then all these bad omens will be there. So that is why in all the bad circumstances, whether good or bad, one should not give up chanting the holy name of Lord. It's very important because Krishna Kale Namarupe, Kali Kale Namarupe, Krishna Avatar. In the age of Kali, Krishna is present in the form of name. It's very important. Okay, now Ashok Anija Prabhu, please read.
Hare Krishna Mataji, today I am not able to speak. Apologies.
Bimla read.
पश्योत्पानार्व्याघ्र दिव्यान् भौमान् सदेहिकान् दारुणान् शंसतोऽध्रुवाभयम् no buddhimohanam. Just see, O man, with the tiger's strength, how many miseries due to celestial influences, earthly reactions, and bodily pains, all very dangerous in themselves, are foreboding danger in the near future by deluding our intelligence. But material advancement of civilization means advancement of the reactions of the threefold miseries due to celestial influence, earthly reactions, and bodily or mental pains. By the celestial influence of the stars, there are many calamities like excessive heat, cold, rains, or no rains, and the after effects are famine, disease, and epidemic. The aggregate result is agony of the body and the mind. Man-made material science cannot do anything to counteract these threefold miseries. They are all punishments from the superior energy of Maya under the direction of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, our constant touch with the Lord by devotional service can give us relief without our being disturbed in the discharge of our human duties. The Asuras, however, who do not believe in the existence of God, make their own plans to counteract all these threefold miseries. And so, they meet with failures every time. The Bhagavad Gita 7.14 clearly states that the reaction of the material energy is never to be conquered because of the binding effect of the three modes. They can simply be overcome by one who surrenders fully in devotion under the lotus feet of the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Okay. And then we see on Thursday. Not Thursday. Yeah, Thursday we'll see the other ones. Today is what? Today is Thursday or Tuesday?
Tuesday, Mataji,
Tuesday,
what about
Mataji.
your parents, Mataji? They are
Yeah,
okay?
it was so much occupied, I am not able to know the day. They are in very painful condition. What?
Mataji, I have a question.
Yeah.
Mataji, in one of the purports over here, Prabhupada writes, a very famous saint spoke in Chicago against the, I'm just trying to find out, against the benedictions of the three folds. In 4 point, which one is that? 10. hai.
Which
So
one?
it is, he is referring to Vivekanand ji, right? Swami Vivekanand. Hello?
Yeah.
But I believe that when Swami Vivekananda spoke in Chicago, he spoke about the glories of the Lord and the, the power of Bhagavad Gita. So,
He has never spoken anything about Lord.
no, he spoke about Bhagavad Gita, Mataji. Very powerfully, he spoke about Bhagavad Gita.
Mayavadis who speak about Bhagavad Gita.
He spoke, Mataji, Bhagavad Gita. I'll tell you which loka. He spoke about the whoever comes to me through whatever form I reach him. All
Now,
men are struggling to
yeah,
path.
that is where the Mayavadis start to call. No? For them, everybody is God. You are God, I am God, if you have special power. They consider any vibhuti as God. But Krishna very clearly says, Yadyapi vibhuti vat sattam shrimad urjitameva. I had this class day before yesterday when I went. I was called for speaking on Shivaji Maharaj. People consider Shivaji Maharaj as God. But yes, he is God's, not God. He has the God's potency. Lord has given special vibhutis are those who have got special powers. So when they get special power, they think themselves as God. That is a problem. Now, Shivaji Maharaj did not think like that. But Vivekananda, because he's trained under Ramakrishna Mat, the Mayavad philosophies are followed.
So he is not from the sampradaya, any of the sampradayas, Mataji.
No, they are Shaktas. They are Shaktas. Ramakrishna Paramahansa is a Shakta. He's not a Vaishnava. He's a Shakta.
Shakta is, that means he is not from, I thought he is from Rudra Sampradaya or some one of those Sampradayas.
Shaktas means worshippers of goddess. But if you don't, it's not nothing wrong in worshipping goddess Durga. But if you don't know the relationship of goddess Durga with Krishna, that she's Sahodari, then the Shakta worshippers, they don't understand the importance. They don't understand the personal aspect of Lord. Generally, Shakta worshippers, they become impersonalists. If they don't follow the scriptures properly, they become impersonalists. They can manipulate, they can speak on Bhagavad Gita for hours and hours. Just because they are speaking on Bhagavad Gita, we should not be miscarried. Misunderstanding should not happen that, they are also Vaishnavas.
It's a very fine line, love. It's a very high level of understanding that one has to have to discriminate and choose the right path. You're right.
Hare Krishna Mataji, can I ask? Sorry,
Yes.
Prabhuji, your questions are over. I'm sorry.
Yes, Prabhuji, I'm through. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Prabhu. Mataji, we understand Krishna has a transcendental body. Then in Shlok 8, how come it is written that he left his material body in the material world? There is some confusion, Mataji.
Apparent, seems.
Oh, it seems. Okay. Not actually. Okay. Thank you, Mataji.
So, Mataji, very quickly, just to continue now, that Ashok Prabhu asked that question. So, when that hunter, Jara, that fellow, he shot the arrow So the body of the Lord disappeared. What happened to the body of the Lord? Because it was
Went
not
along with
material.
that body.
Pardon, Mataji?
Well, what will happen to Lord's body? Nothing happened. But for Sarjara, he felt satisfied. He has killed Krishna. Krishna lives along with his body only.
So he
There's no-
just disappeared from there. Is that what we understand? So there was no sanskara or anything that normally happens for a material body happened for the Lord. Does that mean that, Mataji?
No, nothing happened.
Okay.
But again, to put a person in illusion, Krishna can do anything. But
Yeah.
there is no mention that any sanskaras, nothing. No mention about.
So is it auspicious, Mataji, for visiting, like for a devotee to visit
No.
that particular place
No,
where the
no,
Lord was shot?
no, we don't go there.
Matlab, I also never felt like going there, like when I was there
No,
in
this
Somnath,
time
right?
Dwarka Yatra, they were telling. I said,
Dwarka.
no, we went to Dwarka Yatra, but we do not go to that place.
Matlab, I did not feel like at that point of time to go there and visit that place because I had different emotions going on in my heart. So I was not sure
Devotees
whether
don't
I'm doing
visit
the right
because
thing.
Krishna is never shot. Krishna only fulfilled the desire. Bas. Vali's desire was there. You shot me, I'll also shoot you.
Hari, Hari. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Panchagarpade Vishik Pasi Vishik